Now, they got 835 gold. They lost 840 gold. He did get 2 Dark Steel stacks as well. So that was the profit.
That is a big difference, yeah. A big 2 stacks worth of difference.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, we'll see what they can do this game. I think Raptor started really well, but just got heavily targeted by Nongshim there. We are going to get the bans start flying in here. It is BNK FEARX on first pick this time. Last time they had second pick. But they are going to ban away the lock regardless. Been banning it on both sides.
Yeah, some teams do that. T1 was doing that yesterday as well. It feels like maybe with the new champ coming in, their team hasn't practiced enough with it. Perhaps. I'm sure mid laners can pilot it.
And it feels really good if you're playing against a team where they don't feel comfortable on lock and they'll just keep banning it. So you don't have to ban it yourselves. It just takes a lot of weight in the draft so far. Camille will be banned early on this time. Last time we had Cassiopeia and Syndra banned away, which have now been swapped for the Camille and the Lucian. So we are going to get that Cassiopeia coming in quickly from VicLa in this situation. Will we get a Syndra in response? We've often seen it do pretty good in terms of that. Cassiopeia has to be in range to operate. Syndra can just use that stun, and it will come through with the Jayce as well. And already this composition feels a little bit uncomfortable for the Cassiopeia, because if you get in range of Syndra, you're getting stunned, you're getting ulted. You're not getting in range of Jayce unless Jayce is doing something very wrong. So I think BNK FEARX needs some tools to close the distance.
Yeah, the Lee Sin's good, comfort-wise, player-wise for Raptor. We have a lot of great Lee Sin players in Korea.
We've seen so much of this Lee Sin Cassiopeia, I feel, but it's not exactly a synergistic duo. Like,
no.
We've seen like the Annie Lee Sin, Rise Lee Sin, so...
Just individual good picks.
Yeah, we'll be more about Raptor playing to other areas of the map where you'll have setup, but, you know, level 6, you still have that Petrifying Gaze. And the Olaf coming in potentially very early. We've seen Olaf be a humongous pick into the right compositions when they lack the damage. Picking this one before you know if the Syndra's going bot. So Nongshim have time to bring out some more DPS here. But I will say Olaf into Jayce specifically, assuming it's Jayce top. You can't just run him down. You get a lot of power of your level 6 that he doesn't match. I saw them hovering the Skarner. I think that's something the Olaf also does, is Skarner's been really good into Lee Sin, really effective at shutting him down. But you do not want to play Skarner into Olaf because he just ignores you. You do nothing to him. So instead they're going to go for the Zhao. And I think there's a lot of value to this Olaf pick to kind of defend Raptor's Lee Sin pick in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good draft-wise. I just wonder, you know, how will the Olaf do in the actual game? You know, does it enable a Lee Sin enough in terms of the pick that it has to go into? Xin Zhao is still a very strong jungler, as now we're, of course, going to be looking at the bot lane for some more of these bans.
Yeah, and we have seen a bit of a shift away from mages recently compared to what we expected, what we saw at the international tournaments. Obviously, the 2 highest priority carries in Ezreal and Jhin have already gone. Lucian has been banned away. Lulu's going to get taken out in this situation. And I do feel like Nongshim would appreciate having a AD carry with a lot of sustained DPS. Lulu can obviously bolster that, but not going to be the case right now. We'll see what comes in as the final ban here for Nongshim. Going to take away that Leona. I think part of the reason maybe they're banning away enchanters is that if you pick like a CC support here, it just doesn't feel like it does that good into Olaf. I know I'm tunneling heavily on this Olaf pick, but I think it can be more frustrating when Olaf's trying to chase down a target who gets sped up and runs away from you. Civ are going to get banned out here. Obviously quite a mobile AD carry, a lot of DPS. They are just looking towards the Nautilus though, so Lehends doesn't really care about the Olaf. He's like, I'll CC someone else. And now for BNK FEARX, there's things like the Corki available we've seen rising a bit in priority recently. You could just go a mage yourself. I know I talked a bit about not being ideal for Nongshim, but I think for BNK FEARX, they could go it. I'm going to go for the Rell first and foremost for Kellin.
Rell MF.
Could be an option here for sure. I think having something that can close the distance in the Rell is really good. Also, you can give that movement speed to Olaf when he's going in, which feels really nice. And then an MF you could just put down here. I think as well, Leona's really good into MF because you can solar flare when she's ulting. But Nautilus, his ult takes a bit of time. And if you want a dredge line, someone can block it, someone can be in the way. So I think it'd be a fine position to take it if you wanted.
A lot of thought here in Varus. Looks to be the choice.
Yeah, Varus, a pick that obviously has been nerfed like 76 times and still in the meta. So definitely drop down in terms of priority, but we'll see if they opt to go for the poke Varus or on it. I think here probably just poke. No one's that time.
Kai'Sa enjoyers with the Nautilus up there and a little smirk on Diable's face.
So
saw it coming here.
Based on how Diable was playing Jhin, he's definitely feeling like he wants to play Kai'Sa because he was kind of playing that in that way a little bit. Obviously has a lot of tools to sort of navigate away from Olaf.
Yeah.
Depending on the build, if you end up going a Zhonya's just kills momentum for Olaf because he needs to keep attacking to keep his ult running. So a lot of value there. Kai'Sa Nord, a strong duo, but in the lane, I feel like there will be the edge towards Taeyoon and Kellin. Kai'Sa not the best laner early unless you can find an all-in. So I think interesting what we've seen come out here. I think the thing I'm really looking towards is what this Olaf can do. We've seen Olaf take over games. Kai'Sa does have sustained DPS, but is pretty short range. But in terms of the Syndra and the Jayce, if you're behind and this Olaf is running at you, you just can't really do too much about it.
I'm excited for the Kai'Sa, for Diable. I think it's a very nice spot. The lane, is one thing, but I do think that the Kai'Sa can deal with so many of the things on the opposite side. So much mobility on this to get away from Olaf, from Rell, from Lee Sin. We'll have to wait and see how Diable pilots it. He was great in game 1, but we're ready. Let's hop into the Rift for game number 2.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
All right, game number 2. Nongshim versus BNK FEARX, the grudge match. And so far it's been coming up all Diable so far, even though he wasn't the main character of game number 1. His team certainly was.
Clear with the Ignite Olaf, which is a little bit surprising. Also has Storm Raider's Surge as well. He wants to win lane, if it's not clear. He wants to run down Kingen.
It is clear.
And kill him.
He is clear.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. I think it's pretty obvious. As the gate's going to come up here early, Clear's like, I would really like my Undertow Axe.
Well, then he misses it. Ugh.
Yeah, so if you take Ignite and you don't get an early lead, you still do have Ignite. It's going to help out for a lot of these early trades, even if you do fall a little bit behind, but you're definitely losing a lot of momentum.
I like the tech from Kingen to get the E level 1, just so you can knock him away. Not an ability you normally skill on Jayce level 1.
Yeah, I saw the gate, I was like, huh, interesting. He did go gun form, and now he kind of goes in. There's the knockback, as Clear's like, all right, I've done my damage. Kellin does get locked up here, and does take a bit of damage, but he's okay.
Yeah, I think Kingen was pretty close to the point of no return where you're just getting ignited and dying. Does manage to survive and will TP back in. So not too dire yet, but I think it shows how scary this lane can be. Diable and Lehends actually been able to get control of this bot lane so far. And going to be able to get a Risa here as well.
Yeah, they did a good job in the last matchup of just pushing the lane, hitting level 2 first, and utilizing that to nearly kill Kellin in that first game, and once again, same thing in the second game, but obviously very different lanes. So kind of interesting how they were able to do it once again. Here's Lehends in the mid lane. VicLa's like, this is weird. Scout though, the flash forward, and VicLa just sits him down. First blood goes to VicLa as he's trying to get it back for the team.
Yeah, big overforce there from Scout, and VicLa just cuts him down, sees the window. The Scout of the week wasn't good. The flash from VicLa was great, and then the flash from Scout very, very late. So big advantage for VicLa, and maybe a bit of redemption for any Blackfire Torch related instance in the last game.
Yes. We will remember that for a while.
Actually not going for any mana pickups here for VicLa on his first back. Going for the Ruby Crystal and the Null Magic Mantle.
Well, if you're going to all in, go for Kingen, I suppose, as the Ignite is there, the Sonic Wave hits, and Raptor with a nice gank up in the top lane. Clear is going to be okay with the safeguard that does come in.
A little bit close, but able to get the play and get out. And the kill goes to Clear as well, so he's feeling fantastic about this situation.
I mean, you definitely wanted to get some kind of momentum. And even though there was a giant wave, I think Kingen kind of saw it coming, but let's take a look at the mid lane.
So he sees the Nautilus, starts moving away, gets the poisons down, flashes over the Scout of the Week. Just really well played there by VicLa.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. He knows he messed up.
All you can say in that situation. Lehends taking the time as well to roam mid and not getting rewarded.
Got to play in the bottom side here. Taeyoon in a bit of trouble. He gets pulled back and even tries to go for the kill, moves forward, knows he can't get away. But Diable just able to flash away from that one. And now Kellin in a bit of trouble as he's on the run. He's running very fast with the help of his friendly horse. Now Diable trying to close the distance, but now we got a TP coming in. This is from Taeyoon himself, as now the re-engage comes in. Root onto Kellin, but no flash here for Taeyoon.
He hit the arrow.
I think he's out of range, and he's just going to go for Lehends instead, who might be in a bit of trouble here. No flash on him, and the follow-up here from Kellin to his death! And now, yes, Taeyoon will get this kill. Maybe a follow-up if the arrow hits, but no, not quite enough.
And I think...
Congratulations, Lehends.
Did support to get 500 kills. He deserved that one, for sure. Turning it around there onto Kellin. And considering you're picking Varus, you're picking Poke Varus into a Kai'Sa, and the Kai'Sa is ahead early. This is not a good omen for BNK FEARX. Here, Diable steps forward in front of the rain of arrows, so Blight doesn't get procced. And then here, instead of going into the fog of war, like aggressing into where Taeyoon is hidden, is patient, flashes the arrow. Diable never had those Blight procs stacked, and I think it shows how dangerous it can be playing into this Varus, but they're just playing it so well. And then here, when it gets turned around... Oh no.
Taeyoon is super duper dead. Nothing he can do about that one. Nice little dive here from Nongshim. And the kill goes to the Kai'Sa in the hands of Diable.
Yeah, this is not feeling very positive for Taeyoon right now.
Just pick Kai'Sa and Varus every game if this is the way it's going to go.
I think really that all-in we saw before, the fact that Diable didn't get hit by the Blight proc at all, kind of shows they're just playing it so well.
Yeah.
Now that they're looking for a dive on a Kingen, TP from Lehends, of all people, will come in. Some nice dodges on the undertows, and they'll actually negate this play completely. So fantastic from Nongshim there. Not only getting the favorable play in the bot lane, but also stopping BNK FEARX from doing anything top.
Yeah, and Kellin showing on the top side of the map just leaves Taeyoon once again in kind of a rough situation. This is not a Victor we're talking about that can easily clear waves with the Lost Chapter. It's just a Varus who does have decent wave clear, but he's still struggling down there. Bit of damage comes in from the undertow, but Kingen trades it back. Just a little bit low on mana, so maybe a rough spot there.
That's one of the things to Jayce is that you regen so much mana from autoing the wave in melee form, but he's not really in a position to do that right now with the Olaf in his face. Ignite is back up for clear, so something you have to be concerned about. And level 6 now hit for Taeyoon, which is a massive spike. Diable's cleanse isn't quite available, so you really want to wait for that before you go for anything in this 2v2.
It's funny, Diable, you know, even with the BF sword and a couple of kills, still just not able to step up to the wave, takes damage from the poke. He's just waiting for the wave to push into him.
Yeah, just being patient, respecting the range of the Varus. But now, Cleanse is available, Killer Instinct is available. They could look for something if they see a window. This is the point where you're actually comfortable to do so.
Especially with no flash still here on Taeyoon. But the poke has been good. And I feel like this is, especially with the dirt completed and a tier online for Taeyoon, as long as he doesn't make any more mistakes, this is what you can do. This is why the Kai'Sa can struggle with the range advantage going in the favor of Varus.
I think a big thing is Diable here went the BF sword early, which feels really good, but so often you're just not able to afford a BF sword early. Whereas Dirk, one of the reasons Dirk is built so often, not even just specifically on the Thalta champions, when we see champions who would rush an early Dirk, and we've complained about it, a big factor is it's easy to do, and it's a strong one-component spike, and Taeyoon really leveraging that right now.
BNK FEARX big index into taking the grubs. And you see that Nongshim were considering going in on that one, but not going to elect to do so, especially with the top lane in the position it is, as the knockback comes through, and the Ragnarok is there, but Kingen's still in a lot of trouble. Even with the Undertow missing, he just runs him down.
I can't really think of what else Kingen could do in that situation. He gets the knockback before the ult activates, so he actually gets some distance between them. If Clear had ulted a split second earlier, I mean, he would have already been... He died anyway, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. Like,
Clear didn't even have to flash.
Didn't even have to flash. It just makes you think that there was so much sort of threshold for how easy it was for him to kill Kingen. The fact that he didn't have to flash, the fact that he got knocked back, and he still just runs him down. This is not a good spot to be in. It's a little late on the ult.
He, like, kind of runs back in.
And then he just runs at him. Well,
I think if, like, the second after he knocks him back, he flashes and just runs away, maybe he can, like, get him in danger of dying to the turret. Little bait here from VicLa, but the Scout of the Week is good. Hits Raptor as well.
A little low on mana, but VicLa will just back away. Scout doesn't have any mana components built yet, no Lost Chapter. Instead opting for that early movement speed with the Ionians. And it's slowed down a little bit here. Haven't really seen Diable able to find success, him or Lehends in the bot lane 2v2 since earlier. It's just been getting poked out. And the game's slowing down. Top lane, though, you're now flashless into this Olaf.
Who still has Flash and Ragnarok back up. Doesn't have Ignite.
Pretty low cooldown, though.
Yeah, you'll have it soon.
And I wonder if it's going to get to the point where Sponge just has to hover around top all the time, or your top laner dies. And the concern about that is if you opt in, and I don't think he's quite at that point, but you're always scared. What if he just 1v2s us?
I mean, there's always a world. There's some top laners that can do that. You know, Renekton was always a big one. Olaf.
I always think of, like, Alawi.
Or like Asante can pull one under the turret or something like that. Trying to go in onto Raptor, who just hops away, respects it. They don't want any piece of this fight, BNK FEARX. Now maybe looking for the turnaround, but just a little bit of damage from VicLa. And that's about it. I say that, he is going up the lane. Bit of posturing from both sides. As the flash with the taunt, or rather the ult, is not really going to work. Double knockup comes in here as the follow-up from the Rell is there. Raptor trying to knock them down, and Taeyoon gets here first. But in goes Diable into 3, has to flash away. And it's not quite enough damage to take down Raptor. Now another hook comes down, and a double scatter is going to get both of them. And Taeyoon now nowhere to go. Raptor goes back in to try to secure the kill. But he might have just secured another kill for Diable.
Void Seeker in 2. Can he get it?
Not able to land. Oh, scatter is there, and Scout picks up a very deserved kill.
Scout played that so well, just consistently landing this CC on the key targets, keeping being... Oh,
Kingen's dead. Yeah, there's nowhere for him to go. Flash available. Kingen's like, yep, FML, I guess.
I love how everything is going pretty good for Nongshim right now, and then you just go top lane. It's like an absolute nightmare scenario. So VicLa flashes in, but they're running away, so you're never going to stun them. And then the stun comes in, the CC comes in. Scout didn't have ult at this moment. It's about to come up, so wasn't able to immediately punish. We see Diable fly in, immediately get ulted by the Varus, but then uses the cleanse.
Boom.
And then Raptor solo. The double stun there was so good. Taeyoon tries to turn it around, but it's the Thaldi Varus. You don't have the DPS. And then here, the dodge from Scout into this final stun.
Oh, we got a fight in live, by the way. Somebody is in there, and of course it's Clear trying to take out Scout, but the hook comes in, and it doesn't matter. Clear just flashes on top of him as BNK FEARX not one to back down from a fight, and Clear trying to take it into his own hands.
Yeah, Kingen's like just sheepishly farming the wave top. Like, you guys have got this, right?
Yeah.
You guys can handle this 4-0 Olaf. Perhaps not. Perhaps
Wait, what is this? Diable's just going for a little stroll through his jungle and just gets his head taken off. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one either. I think there was precedence to suggest that BNK FEARX would kill you there.
And maybe they're going to do it again here as over the wall goes to Raptor with the ward. Lehends pretty tanky, but not tanky enough. Now they are pretty deep. We got a TP coming in as he unleashed powers into Raptor. Now trying to turn on a Kingen. And that is not a very strong Jayce. He does have one item at least. So he's just going to run away sheepishly once again. And now down his TP.
Okay. It may have taken us 3 deaths to learn it, but I hope Nongshim have learned something about contesting the fog of war when you don't have control. Or perhaps not. I guess we'll see how it plays out in this game. Just a very weird passage of play. I kind of want to see how it started off with Clear killing Scout. I mean, Scout didn't have resources. So they're posturing around here.
Look at the wards. Look at how deep they are in the jungle.
Yeah, they're such good setup from BNK FEARX. So the flank comes in. Nothing. The Syndra even gets the stun at the start. In fact, Olaf doesn't have ult. And still just runs down Scout.
No problem.
No problem there. And then, okay, they have vision on a jungle. They have control on a jungle. There's people in our jungle. And yet, we saw the follow-up where Nongshim were just like, you know what, let's test that. Let's make sure they're really in our jungle.
As a Kai'Sa, alone. Just walking through.
And then Lehends was like, you know what? Solidarity.
He's like, my team keeps dying here. Maybe I should try to get some vision alone.
It's like lemmings. They're just going one after another. It's okay.
Scout's in trouble here. There's no flash for him. He doesn't have enough damage to chew through either of these targets. Raptor's like, you know what? I'm just going to go do the Karam.
Okay, I'm going to be honest.
You've got this.
We know that Jayce cannot lane against the Olaf. But did we have to put the Syndra against the Olaf? I guess it just isn't good option.
You know, they hadn't tested it yet, so they're like, maybe. Up next is Diable on the Kai'Sa. Like,
maybe
yeah.
Syndra beats a Fed Olaf, you know.
Oh, VicLa's in trouble now. As this game is getting pretty wild, he's just alone in his jungle, just dies.
Yeah, Clay's just killing the turret. They have 3 grubs as well. Okay. Well, you know how I said in the draft, I was like, I'm really interested to see how this Olaf does.
Yeah.
He is just the main character right now.
It's one of those picks where you can just kind of run away with the game.
Now, we know that our pro teams love drafting CC forever. Having Engage, having CC. CC's just powerful. One champion just too angry to get controlled.
You know, Huni would be proud. He's not here today, or at least I don't think he is. I haven't seen him. Not working today.
How much he'd surprise you if we just like...
He might just be here in the audience. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm looking. I don't see him.
Yeah, he actually did take a look. I don't see him. But Huni would be proud because this is how you get a lead with Ignite and you push it and you take over the game. It's what he used to do on Rumble.
Yeah. Imagine being able to play in a meta where you get Ignite and then you just get TP for free. I think Huni's jealous.
Yeah, modern players have all the luck.
They can go to level 20?
Yeah.
What is that about?
It's really not fair.
Oh.
Or in Kingen's case, you can go to level 15 and then maybe just lose the game from there. But we'll see. I mean, it does feel like this Jayce is very useless for now.
One thing the top lane role quest has done is like Kingen is still the highest level in his team.
Yeah.
But like if we didn't have role quests, he would just be in the bin.
All right.
A lot of heavy
Another big
lifting
TP
there.
here from Kingen.
Gets his shield broken by Rell Q. Wow, he actually nearly did half. No, we'll say a third. He did about a third of Kellin's HP.
The TP isn't even that bad because if he's bot, he's just dying.
I don't know what the response is to this Olaf.
I don't think he lives under that turret, and he might just
dies here too.
Okay, you know what? Actually, maybe he should have stayed bot.
Okay, so
he's not having a great time.
You know, going back to stuff we said earlier, at the start of the day, I was kind of talking a little bit about how both these teams and a lot of these players kind of live or die by the form they're in. We've seen them at amazing highs, and then sometimes at some pretty dire lows. This is feeling like a bit of a low for King in this game. And in fairness, it's not a fun matchup. He did also get ganked, but that was not an ideal situation, dying to the Cassiopeia there.
You can tell he's not. I mean, after the way things have gone, he's not playing his best game either. You know,
it's also Jayce, right? If you're behind on Jayce, it does just feel bad. So
there was a meta where you could just play tank Jayce and not care as much, I suppose.
I think you'd still die.
Yeah, he would. He would
right
for
now.
sure. But at this point, you kind of just have to sit back and shock blast the Varus. So that's your job.
He did a bit of damage.
He has 2 items. He's about to get the Muramana.
I mean, is unstacked Muramana a real full item?
No. He's about to get the Muramana.
Okay, nearly has 2 items.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm still struggling to see what to do about the Olaf situation. Because, like, Clay's playing respectful. He's like, okay, jungler's around. I'll respect that. I'll back off a bit. But I'm not even sure if they could actually stop him.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, he's just like in chains for the time being, but he doesn't realize his own strength.
Yeah.
He could just be unleashed.
It's like Silas or Rock Lee. He's got the weights on. They're just going to go in for a gank here on the Miasma as well. This is pretty dirty. Not much that Diable can do about it. They're not really able to follow with much damage, but Taeyoon is able to with the flash, and the arrow pierces through the heart of Diable.
Great engage there from BNK FEARX, really, with a Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa, who's pretty fed, honestly, has 2 items completed. You want to be the one leading the charge, going in, not getting engaged on yourself and caught on the Miasma. Both summoners burned from Diable as well. There's a lot of summoners back in return from BNK FEARX, I will say. Replay off of here. We have the flank coming in from VicLa. And Diable flashes, but still gets caught in the Magnastorm, the Miasma as well. Then the chase down comes through. The stun is good from Scout, but unfortunately the arrow has already been fired.
Oh, here's the POV. The flash and the arrow comes through. That's, well, I guess that's not technically POV. That's over the shoulder.
Yeah, maybe that's where Huni is right now. He's looking over the shoulder.
He's just breathing down someone's neck.
He's looking over Clay's shoulder. He's just like, yes, do it like this. He has a death dance
Take
second.
Sork pen boots, trust me.
Not sure you'd say that
Wrong
on Olaf.
champion.
But he has death dance second, so I think he's at that point where he's just too angry to die.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's on a flank. Oh no. Diable has no sums.
Can they deal with the Olaf? That is the question. Just stare at Clear. He's just going to take down everyone. Clear's like, who do I kill? Who do I go for? And maybe now he's going for Diable. Diable made that choice easy for him as now the sun comes in. VicLa frontlining against this, and the pullback from the Magnet is huge from the side of Kellin. Keeps VicLa alive. As now Kingen doing some damage, but is still frontlining, and maybe doesn't do all that much damage, actually. I take that back immediately. And, yeah, he's kind of baited in the rest of the team as well here. Scout is the last one alive. Clear not going to get stunned up. Raptor
wave.
leads.
Oh,
man. Good. And it's a triple kill for Raptor and a clean ace for BNK FEARX.
Raptor's just so good on this champion. It's just like a cheat code. Landing everything. He played this so well. I feel like we saw Clear get a bit of decision paralysis in this situation. He's like, who am I going for? He's like, okay, I'll hit Lehends a little bit here, but he's a support. Do I want to hit him? I'm like, do I go for Sponge? Do I go for Kingen? Diable ults in, and then look at this kick. And they changed it, so even if you kill them with a kick, the body still goes. So it knocked up Kingen as well.
We actually got to see it.
It was very cool. And then Kingen's like, you know what? I've got this.
He's also hitting the Olaf.
Not get he legitimately was hitting Clear, but I didn't see his health bar move.
His shield went down a little bit. That's about it.
Yeah. And then Raptor's just landing every Sonic wave. This was really well played by Raptor. BNK FEARX getting a big influx of gold. I'm not sure what Nongshim can do right now. Felt like they were relying on Kingen to do some heavy lifting there, but I don't think he can.
Oh no!
He's dead.
He didn't even Ragnarok. He's like, nah, I can just run this guy down. Syndra only has one knockback with his ult. And that's the end of that. Kingen's like, you know what, guys? I'm going to get the mid-turret plates. And Lehends has to kind of force it here, has to try to enable Diable, I guess. And it's not going to work out, obviously, as once again, Diable frontlining against this one. The undertow is going to hit Scout. He is now dead because of that. Double kill for the side of Raptor, as he's now got a triple-double. A triple kill and a double kill in this game.
This one is looking a little bit deep-fried. Deep-fried noodles, I guess. BNK FEARX gonna pick a Baron here, and I can't. I think sometimes, even when a team is behind, you're like, well, if they do this, if they do that. Other than like the most insane throw ever, I just can't see a way in for Nongshim for this position. Diable ults in, and once again, just immediately gets focused down and dies. And here, the ult actually times out, and Clay just, he doesn't care, he just runs at him. Now, that Syndra ult was pressed, by the way.
Yeah.
Did not do damage.
I mean, if you're playing Syndra from behind into a Giga-fed Olaf and Lee Sin, you're having a bad time. I mean, we've all had those games in solo queue.
I'm going to list 3 champions, just random champions, who I think struggle from behind into something like an Olaf.
Okay.
Okay. Jayce, Syndra, and we'll go Kai'Sa as well.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, wow, there's a Nongshim jams. Oh, that's
strange.
interesting. Yeah.
Also a Nautilus who's basically only CC. Yeah.
You know what?
Trying to do something.
I'll go 4. Nautilus as well.
Yeah. Well, Raptor, he's trying to do a little donation party once again.
Oh, he's coming.
But actually, it was just
Get
all
through the base gate. The base gate.
No, Scout, you went the wrong way. Oh, he actually got the knockback here. Clear. Will he go down in this game? Yes, he will. And the shutdown goes to Diable. Maybe this is the beginning of the crazy throw you were talking about. They got to start somewhere.
I mean, Kai'Sa does have the DPS. If she can free hit him for like 12 seconds. Okay, well, it's a big influx of gold specifically for Diable. Thanks to that 1,100 gold shutdown, now has a 300 gold lead over Taeyoon. You can see damage dealt. Scout has done a lot of damage, and that is because people aren't dying on BNK FEARX, so he's just putting damage into them. Everyone on Nongshim just dies too quickly. I mean, if you actually look how long Diable... We're not going to get to see it.
Oh, no. Not on Kingen. You could choose any other player. Why do you got to bully this guy? Isn't it like his 8th year since debut anniversary?
Maybe he's trying to get 8 deaths to celebrate that.
Only 2 away.
Yeah, this has not been an ideal Jayce game. Maybe it's good Huni isn't here. I think he'd be pretty upset. Well, one thing I will say, the Baron power play, -3 gold currently. Okay, It's in the positive now.
They're definitely going to get some more here.
Oh.
All right, well, with 4 people, you can kill a Lee Sin, or at least get his GA.
Yeah, but Clear's there. Run away!
TV comes in. Kellin's got the flank, the rotation from top lane, and the damage takes a little bit to be layered in, especially into the Zhao, but it is enough. And, yeah, BNK FEARX doesn't feel like they've got much they can do to throw this one away. They're just going to push down mid lane. They still have the Baron buff for 7 seconds. And they're looking to take down 2 inhibitors and maybe just the game.
Oh, I think so. Scout is here, looking for a stun. Not going to do much. I want to also note, VicLa's 3 levels up on Scout. I think Scout did just hit level 14 there, so 2 levels. I mean, Rod of Ages definitely helped with that, but still, it's not ideal circumstance to be in. Yeah, I don't really have any way to sell this.
Nongshim, maybe they get another catch onto not clear, or if it's clear, even better.
I think they just...
You get a Drake, and then you're on Infernal Soul Point.
I think they do need to find people on BNK FEARX isolate, because the 5v5s have been a struggle. They also can't really use poke to get themselves out of this, because the Kai'Sa doesn't have AP, it's not very threatening in terms of poke, and the Jayce just ain't doing damage. They get a G8, this could have been a huge pick if you get G8 and Lee Sin, but fortunately BNK FEARX, the rest of the team exists. This time Clay was like, you know what? I won't chase the back line because I can just kill the front line. I won't get kited out there. He now has 3 items with the more Malmortius as well.
But he missed the cannon, so... Kingen's about to get this top turret. clawing their way back into this game. You know, it was 10,000 gold to lead. Now it's only 8K.
There's some nice silver linings.
Yeah.
They don't have Barons, so it's actually kind of hard to push in the wave here.
Yeah. It's a lot of wave clear with Syndra Jayce. If you don't have that buff. I mean, BNK FEARX, they got the dragon, but there hasn't been much dragon pressure in this series, so...
Diable even has the Runans to help with wave clear. That's not why he bought it, but...
but it helps.
Yeah. They might just look for a dive here. I'm getting the feeling they want to go for it.
It's a little bit scary against a Kai'Sa, I suppose.
Yeah, in the end they won't go for it. Baron is up in 45 seconds now. So they'll just move towards that and try and get set up. And the thing is, Nongshim need to try and get vision in now while they're resetting and then get out and get away. TP's nearly up on clear as well. And I can just imagine a scenario where Olaf TP's behind them and kills them all. Do you know why I can imagine that scenario?
Because we saw it earlier
this game, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my imagination, it's actually more my memory than my imagination.
Did he TP behind them that one time, but he also just walked in behind them the other time.
Oh, the walk strategy?
Yeah.
Very valid.
He was pretending he was bot, but actually he was in the jungle. And he appeared behind them. And then Diable ulted into him, and he said, thank you very much.
Not manage to secure any vision here. Oh, we're going to TP, though, from Kingen, from base to slightly closer to Baron.
Yeah, I mean, they're keeping this leashed, and they have Cassiopeia, so still a lot of damage in the Baron, but they're going to go back to the Baron, as the turn is not the cleanest. They're going to catch Zhao, and now actually the damage is going in on a Kellin. He's going to go down, and now Clear trying to take a 1v5 in this situation. Wants to get Diable, will take down the Kai'Sa, and he did his job, as he immediately dies after. And VicLa gets the kill onto Kellin. They're looking for a little bit more. This is still a 3-on-3 situation, and Lehends just left to die, as there's not much that Sponge and Scout can do.
Honestly, not the worst trade of all time initially, but they just can't maintain the pressure. They end up losing Lehends as well. They're trying to push in for the end. Wave clear on Scout's doing his best.
Oh, that kick is good, but the Sonic Wave hits the minion that spawns, and now going golden is VicLa, so he can't deal the damage, but it doesn't matter because Taeyoon comes back with his TP, and he lives, just barely. And that is going to bring us to game number 3 as BNK FEARX claw their way back in the series and tie things up.
Considering how far behind Nongshim were, the fact that they traded 2 for 2 in the start of the fight wasn't terrible, but just they couldn't get away. There was still the other damage threats there, and as you said, Clear did his job.